Hi, just pretend I have spasmodic dysphonia.
Hi, Mrs. Mayer. My name is Alexis,
Hi, nice
and
to meet
I am the speech-language pathologist assigned to you today.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good, Enjoying this nice weather we've been having.
Yes, it's finally cooled down a little bit.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Florida, you don't get much of a cool weather. It's still always pretty hot.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Are you from
Cooler.
Florida?
Huh, I am.
You
Yeah,
are,
from
so-
Jacksonville, actually.
Oh, wow. So you're from the area.
Born and raised.
See, I'm actually from Ocala, Florida, which is, not too far from here, about 2 hours.
Oh, cool.
So,
I haven't been there, but,
very small town.
I see. Cool.
Definitely very small town.
Mhm.
It's, it's home, but definitely not as much to do there as there is here.
Oh, yeah.
It's horse capital of the world. That's all we have there.
Oh, horses?
Yes.
Do you ride at all?
No.
No?
Never
I've always wanted
in my
to.
life rode a horse. Don't know how I escaped without doing so, but never have I ever gotten on one. I've pet one, I fed it, but never made it that
Do
far.
you want to?
I'm not sure.
No? Okay.
A little scared. So what brings you in today?
Okay, so I've been having some trouble with my voice. I was
Okay.
recently diagnosed with spasmodic dysphonia,
Okay.
and the quality of my voice has really not been well so
Okay.
far. So I want to get that taken care of.
So how would
Improve it.
you describe the quality of your voice?
It's really strained and tight, and it just sounds very like hard to talk, I guess, when you hear it. I feel like it's just hoarse, and it hurts. My vocal folds hurt after. It's almost like I've been yelling for too long. That feeling.
Okay. So you are a teacher.
I am.
So what does your typical day entail as teaching? Like how often would you say that you do have to use your voice, or you do have to use maybe a louder voice, or would you spend more time at like a normal talking voice?
It's kind of a mix, I guess.
Mhm.
I do have to project a lot to the class, especially I'm a first grade teacher,
Okay.
so I'm reading stories to them a lot, or I'm telling them directions for how to do like arts and crafts or their work, or just projects in general. So it just kind of varies throughout the day, but I do rely on my voice a lot.
Okay. So would you say you find yourself yelling frequently, or not too much?
It's not
You know
really
how-
even a yell. It's just like projecting,
Just
sort of. So
projecting.
it's not like I'm having to yell across the hall all day.
Okay.
But that still does take a toll on my voice, even before I got the cold and was diagnosed with spasmodic dysphonia.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And did you ever see that you did go to an ENT and you got to receive some Botox injections?
I did.
Have you noticed a difference between having the Botox injections or just previously without them?
When I first got them, it helped right off the bat. It lasted for about a week, and I felt like very breathy, actually, because of the Botox. But then after that week, the effects slowly started to come back, and now I'm still having trouble with my voice and sounding very strained.
Okay. So at first you said it was a little breathy, and then as time progressed,
Yeah.
it got a little better.
The effects wore off
Okay.
pretty quickly.
Okay,
I
so
probably should. The ENT referred me here, but I should probably go back to check with him because I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen or not.
yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you notice, or did you notice any differences as far as were you able to speak louder? Did you still experience any of that pain or like the tightness? Or would you say like your vocal folds or your vocal cords were any more relaxed with the Botox injections?
Yes, they were over relaxed this time.
Over-relaxed,
So that's why
what you-
I was so breathy,
Okay.
and it was I almost spoke sort of like in that whisper kind of tone.
Mm-hmm.
But it did relieve that stress on my vocal folds, so that was nice for about the week. And then the effects started coming back of
flare.
just spasmodic dysphonia. Yeah, flare up. That's the right word.
Okay. And do you notice any differences in your vocal quality at home as opposed to at school?
Usually it's a little bit better there, probably because I don't have to use my voice as much.
Okay.
I just live with my husband now. The kids are out of the house, so I'm not talking to kids at home either. So it just depends on the night. If I have a lot to say, then I can, but it's still not as bad as like at school when I'm constantly using my voice.
So when you're at home and you're able to be a little bit more quiet, you don't feel as much of that discomfort?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a non-stress environment. Yeah. I do love my job, though. Yeah.
So, we did see that you've received colds quite often since the age of 8. So, have you had like frequent sore throats with those colds, or did you experience any previous vocal nodules? I know you said you had family history of nodules, or any previous vocal issues that you've seen?
Not that I'm aware of. So my grandmother did have vocal nodules. She was a nurse, though, so I'm not really sure. I never really learned the whole story of that.
Okay.
I had just heard that she had it at one point, but I personally have not had anything that I'm aware of. And I did see the ENT, and he did not point anything out when he gave me the Botox injection, so I don't think I do.
Okay.
I hope. And the colds, they haven't been, in the past, they haven't been nearly as bad as the one I just recently had, and they didn't affect my voice like this last cold did either.
Okay. So you noticed a significant difference after the last cold?
Yes.
And about how long did that cold progress for? How long did you have it?
Just a normal amount of time, like 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I think I used my voice just as I always have, but for some reason it just felt more hoarse and strained and tight. And then the effects kind of didn't really go away after that.
Okay.
So, even though my cold did.
Okay. So I also see here that you said you sometimes feel some swelling in the throat. When do you normally see that? Is it after maybe one day of school or work where you're using your voice quite often, or is it more so at the end of the week after you've done it repeatedly, or does it just happen randomly?
It usually happens at the end of the week. So the pattern I've noticed is I go home on the weekend, kind of have a vocal break, I guess, and then I go back on Monday, start over again, and it kind of gets progressively worse. And by the end of the week, I'm like tired, and I just feel that strain more.
Okay, so more so like around Friday-ish, you start feeling that strain. Okay, so it hurts when you eat, or is it just discomfort, or is it just a little bit harder? I noticed you said that around those times you try to only eat like softer foods, maybe some bread and cheese. So do you feel any pain there when you're swallowing? Discomfort?
Yeah, I feel when I get stressed and when it really flares up, that's when my throat kind of hurts a little bit too. I've noticed, and I usually have an easier time eating those softer foods versus like I was trying to eat steak the other day, and it just felt like there was a huge lump in my throat, and it was hard to swallow. So it wasn't exactly painful, but it was very discomforting, I guess. And that usually again happens when I'm more stressed and I'm tired.
Yeah. So also kind of probably more towards the end of the week with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you ever feel like when you are eating, does any of the food maybe go down incorrectly, or do you feel like it's going
go down the wrong way?
Yeah, like some people say things are going down the wrong pipe, or
Yeah.
Do you ever get that feeling?
Not really. It's that discomfort.
Okay.
It's almost like I'm trying to swallow like a ball. Like it's just very hard to swallow. But the softer foods help with that. I haven't had anything where it went down the wrong way and I was just coughing like crazy or something like that.
Okay. And you had a concussion here about 1.5 years ago. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. So I was walking into the kitchen and my husband was getting something out of our cabinet.
Okay.
And when he opened it, he didn't see me and he hit me in the head accidentally.
Okay.
So with a cabinet door. It was on the left side.
Okay.
Right about here. And I didn't have anything except I felt a little dizzy for a few minutes. And then after that, I kind of had a headache for, 15, 20 minutes. And then after that, I was pretty okay.
Okay.
So we didn't really see the need to do anything major about it.
Okay, so you didn't see a doctor or anything after that?
And it wasn't too hard where, like, it felt, like, it was just, like, a minor sort of headache. So it wasn't like I just banged my head and I lost all consciousness. It was just a minor, like, hit, and it hurt, and I just didn't feel the need or see the need to do anything about it.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Well, I feel like I have all the information that I need here, and we can go ahead and get you set up for an evaluation.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. You too.